So they talk to you now for inside Equa Church about 9 worshippers, so more than that, 9 they don't kidnap for inside Equa Church waiting for Kwara State as terrorists stormed the church during church service when church day in session. Now so they go directly begin kidnap people during church service. Well, that was some of the things that really happen for inside Nigeria. But that's not all. That's not all. Because Nigerians they don't go remember our presidential certificate. Come they say, excuse me, National Assembly wanna come here. Now, because of say the certificate where the president use to use contest for election, GCE shows say the school when say be the center when write the exams, they never even they established that the year when write the exam. Now, waiting make one they talk this one when make one don't come out using certificates as means or using forgery results or perjury as things where person fit use contest the election. So person no fit just hey. So that one said on the plus, including say people don't they drag on more election where they say in go Abia State in the talk say Alex Oti no do so much in Abia State. What making the saying do too much? Say no believe in half development. If you want develop full. And again, he don't call up Peter Obi say he said Peter Obi make a contact waiting if he say he do all of this and more. Now the things that we be so will talk about today. Welcome to Updates with Precious. And as usual, I'd be always excited to bring on an update of all the things that happen for inside our country, Nigeria. And today, you know, we did too far because joining me for inside the studio will be my Friday Sunday tonic. But before I bring my Friday Sunday tonic for inside the table, make I just go bring on an update of some matter that must be hot for inside the country. Bandits don't abduct. Well, some sources say that 11 worshippers, some say 9, some say 8. So I'm going to give you the headline as the newspapers and news bring them up. Daily Post said bandits abduct 8 worshippers in Kwara Equa Church. On Sunday morning, abducted 8 worshippers in Kwara Church in Omugo, Oruago community for inside the fellow of the local government area of that state. Now, Cocoa Estate Ra, San tackles Cross River Attorney General over court order. Fuel price, Tinubu moves to end the burden on Nigeria. Make it end that burden, you know, he moves to end the burden on Nigerians. Okay, make I see more story where I get on top here. 2027, return, rebuild PDP. Natasha urges defectors. Say everybody we don't defect, not gonna come back, not gonna rebuild PDP. ADC announces sale of nomination forms. Oshun APC alert security agencies ahead of planned labor protests. 2027, we can't stop anyone, APC says aspirants free to run against Tinubu. Lamido denies Tinubu's invitation to join APC. Benue Akume cannot decide my fate in 2027. Governor Alia and in Godfather Akume, 90 fight like this. And the fight, he don't enter inside another level again. Fuel price don't be very high. Nigerians are done the complain. 2027, Bala Muhammad Makinde Syria Kedix meet in Bauchi State. Kano Emma Sanusi backs Governor Yusuf's education, youth infrastructure drive. Backlash trails rice distribution by City Boys movement in Ekiti. And they come, we are coming to some gist about City Boys movement because we hear say City Boys then give as much as £500. Hey, Laura, oh, where are my people where they UK? What's your they do? £500 like they give on now. Okay. 2027, any attempts to rig will meet absolute resistance. Igbo youths. Now in the talk. So you the same Igbo youths will get City Boys movement. You guys should just in that one corner. Nigerian army dismisses alleged plan by insurgents to overrun communities in Borno State. Man arrested over killing of 4-year-old in Bauchi State. Troops crush terrorists in Sambisa Forest. Army thwarts kidnap attempt in Plateau rescue victim. And we could just go ahead. Troops arrest suspect with illegal explosive in Lagos. But we could just enter inside another paper very sharply because they say these are the one person seeing a python in the become. You good like that if you don't give them all the terrain from all the papers then. And yeah, reports that terrorists can order citizens to flee their ancestral homes without consequences show breakdown of governance, humanity. Peter Obi don't slam Tinubu's government, calls for action. And terrorism storm Equa Church, I don't tell them this one. Middle East, okay. This paper carrier say abduct several worshippers. Middle East, Saudi Arabia expels 5 Iranian diplomats amid escalating attacks. That's some of the stories. Make we see more stories that we will see there. Hizbah reportedly storms hotels, flogs guests with canes over violation of Sharia law in Katsina State. Tinubu took public funds to UK, paid 1 million naira each to 100 people to campaign for APC, while Nigerians battle epileptic power supply, and I cannot get right now because I get to supply my own light, basic needs, and others. Well, Reno, now they talk this one. Meanwhile, a man don't talk, say, hey, say Red Cross delivers food to Boko Haram terrorist leader Abubakar Shekau in Sambisa forests. That's what the man alleges as he recounts in ordeal when he day in captivity, captive under the captive of Boko Haram. Now, bad civilian government even more difficult to remove than bad military government. Spokesperson of ADC, Bolaji Abdullahi, 90 talk this one. Tackle Tinubu's failed government. Governance development are begging for attention in Akwa Ibom while you slave for Tinubu. You know, he be Effiong slams governor Eno over UK visit. Come, you Akwa Ibom state, they call you, may you come. Say things they go bad there, but you enter UK just to go stand on your mandate. Well done, sir. No one is safe in Nigeria. In Nigeria, as violence, killings, and kidnappings continue to target Christians. Nigerian bishops tell Holy Father during Vatican visit. Now, they tell Pope, say nobody they safe. Say they target Christians and not Igbo. Okay, sorry, this is Igbo people. Tinubu is Western assets that Africa must collectively work together to remove. Social media commentator, they talk that one. Busted! Sheyi Tinubu paid £500 to UK-based Nigerians to rally support for APC during Tinubu's state visit. Yay! Tinubu is worst thing that ever happened to Nigeria. And I saw some people talk on social media. Tinubu's GCE results shows 1970 graduation from Lagos School. Okay, Tinubu's GCE results showed 1970 graduation from Lagos School, established in 1974. School where they established 4 years before himself coming to, before in graduate from the school. The school now 4 years after, sorry, 4 years after he don't graduate from the school, now the school they established. Now, so social media users don't slam National Assembly over removal of certificate forgery as grounds to nullify elections. If Iran doesn't fully open Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours, US will hit and obliterate its power plants, starting with the biggest one. That's what Donald Trump don't threaten. Intelligence report reveals terrorists planning fresh attacks on 3 local governments in Kwara State. One's residents to stay vigilant. Already, one don't already happen already. The Ekwa Church matter. Tinubu hikes petrol price to 1,025. What that now? Which is some Nigerians on top. But not being hike. They say that oil, direct buying from oil, now it caused this one. Shetima arrives Lagos to brief Tinubu on situation in Maiduguri. 2027, Nigeria must vote for Tinubu to avoid war. Yorubas who don't will do it in they go see shaking. So Nigerians must vote portable. Now they talk this one. Oh, why go they carry this story? Say Yorubas who don't will perish. So they must vote Tinubu to avoid war. Why are you going to carry the story? Forgive me. Okay, let's see what we have here again. Fuel price hike. Nigerians seek FG's intervention as cost of food services soar. They cry. So we not feature food again. Oh, I beg can't help us. Tinubu's UK visit has zero benefits for Nigerians, says Chieftain. Says Chatham House experts or Chieftain. Chatham House experts say you don't get any economical benefits to Nigeria, saying that zero benefits. But really? Okay. We could see what in Vanguard talk there. Vanguard talk about the terrorists and can say inter-society bandits, Boko Haram, others killed over 190,000 Nigerians in 17 years. This now waiting inter-society talk. Governor Aliyu to renovate district heads palaces in Sokoto State, and some other stories really for the Vanguard there. But we go straight to other papers, as if we said and carry. Yeah, don't tell you the worshippers with the abducted. Inspector General DC disables all police units, squads at state commands, orders immediate restructuring. Yep. And then Jigawa Ekwa Church Kwara confirms abduction of 8 members during Monday service. Sorry, during Sunday service, including pastor's wife. And they kidnapped. Jigawa school suffers neglect despite billions of naira allocated. Need Governor Ninadi's urgent attention. U.S.-Iranian war, well, that one day. Lagos State Task Force violations, corrupt enforcement, uh, and the drift toward violent breakdown. I make a simple matter when we get there on top of that paper. Delta Monarch disassociates itself from sexual assault, public stripping of women at Uzoro Festival. calls for prosecution. Nigerian military uncovers terrorist tactics and weapons, drones, tracks sponsors in northeast. Like I say more, chains on Nnamdi Kanu are chains of Ndibo. Lawyer Ijimako declares amid a back protest controversy over IPOB leaders' conviction. But some of this matter, so as Ohanes Ndibo cancels condemns UK Nigeria's 747 million euro Lagos port deal, alleges marginalization of South. So I know we do port deal for South, and they carry do for other places. Well, all of these and more matters now be said is shared this evening. I'd like to say a big thank you for everybody for joining us. We're bringing into the studio Prince Francis Chilaka, make you feel us good note for all this matter. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Yes, good evening, Precious. How are you?
I could be better. How about you?
How have you enjoyed your salon?
I don't know if there was anything to enjoy. But let's go straight to the point. First off, let me start with the video that made the round today about Shawari. We need to answer questions for some people. And waiting again to talk about your brother, Alex Wuti.
I would love to be in Anambra. I just came from Aba 3 days ago to protest. Some guy there, who is a member of the Labour Party, claims that he has transformed Aba. That's Alex Oti. You understand? But I went to Aba. Some transformed, partly not transformed. I don't believe in half transformation. Because when you enter into Ariara Market, which is the biggest economic hub there, the place looks like Jurassic Park. But when you get to the main road, of course, there's some, but mine is total. And I'm just answering you truthfully, because some of you will come back later and say, well, we wish we listened to you when you told us the truth. And my nature is that I tell the truth, and when I'm done, I will leave. It's up to you to accept or reject my.
All right, sir. Would you like to react to that before I go to part two of waiting and talking? Talk
I've
about
said,
that.
I've said, I've said it, and I'll keep saying it. Showore has not told Nigerians what he wants.
Ew. Eh.
Yes, that's the truth. Showore is behaving like a Rottweiler. He has not told Nigerians what he wants. He's all over the place, and yet nobody can pinpoint one thing that Showore wants. Showore keeps pointing fingers, forgetting that when he points one, three are pointing at him, and one is pointing at the unknown. So I think Showore should really decide the kind of opposition he wants to play. Is it opposition that dances to the gallery? Is it opposition that is somehow colored by APC? Or is it an opposition that wants a new Nigeria for Nigerian people? He needs to tell us what he wants. Unfortunately, a lot of us have been asking questions, and the question is, what does Showore really want?
So you know,
Because
hear what he said. He talks
you
say
can't
he
keep
want total. Say he ain't go do total development. Alex Oti development half and half. He do half. You know do half. Why? He go do total. So you need total what?
okay. When you say half and half, and you want to do total, please, Showore, can you come out in all sincerity and tell us what 24 years of APC, I mean, yeah, because everybody has gone to APC now, so we can call them APC. 24 years of APC, what they achieved or what they did in Abia State. That's where you start from. When you want to check if a man is making progress, you look at the records before him and you say, okay, before he came to power, this governor did it from here to here, and he has just done 5%. But if you're looking at the governor who started from scratch, area market that he's talking about is more like a market owned by individuals. But what Alex Otti has been able to achieve, which Ojus, Okalo, and Co. were not able to achieve, was the road. That road was not passable before. That was the road to area market was heaped with waste, and everybody knows that. So if Showore doesn't have what to say regarding what is happening in Abia State, he should please just keep quiet and move on.
Sir, so let me also
And
play.
this Let me
Sir?
say this, and I say this as an Igbo man. This sudden love Showore is showing towards the Igbos. We need to be very careful.
Eh.
Yes, we need to be
But
very,
you
very
can still
careful.
can fought for your
Because
brothers.
I am being very suspicious of the
Your
steps they
own
have
people
been
have not
taking
fought for
in
him.
Igbo land in recent times. The other day, he joined them to march for Nnamdi Kanu.
He's doing something that your own people could not do, something that your own brothers could not do to fight for their brother.
Why did he not do it? Why did he not take those steps so that Nnamdi Kanu would not have been put to jail? What
Well,
is he
before now, the
doing?
Kanu went to
What is
jail.
he doing that the Igbos today are not doing or they have not done? No, tell me. What is he doing? So this sudden goodwill he has towards the Southeast, the Southeasterners need to be very careful about it.
All right, so let me quickly play something else he also said, and then we get back to another controversy surrounding him before we get to other issues that we have, because we get plenty other matters than to attend. But this is another thing we talk to.
And for those of you who like to lie that, oh, Têrrørists supported, I never, of course, you know, I never did. If I did, you would have presented the evidence. I never did. What I've always done in my life is what I do today. I stand on what is right, whomever's, you know, whomever is affected. And nothing makes me change my position because you insult me, you know. It's part of what comes with the territory of speaking truth to power. And sometimes speaking truth to power is as dangerous as speaking truth to the powerless. Because a powerless person who is not conscious is as dangerous as a powerful person who also is not conscious. And that's why Nigeria is today. You still have a majority of our people who are powerless but unconscious. The moment their consciousness is raised, they become powerful and they can dismantle the real power that is few people in power who are holding the country.
All right, so before I go, I take your thoughts on this particular conversation. This one will be saying where he challenge people, say me and bring the evidence of where he beat it, he said the support and the reaction we don't follow. Inside that same gathering, initially, he also lambasted Peter Obi. That what did Peter Obi do in government in Anambra State? Why did Peter Obi not turn Anambra State to Dubai, so that he can be traveling to Anambra State now for tourism instead of Dubai? So say if Peter Obi not fit turn Anambra State to Dubai, then we say really you don't really do anything. So say make people call Peter Obi, sit and then ask him, say why he not turn Anambra to Dubai? Why did he not do what he could do? But then as he talk this one, I make I show you what in social media people then come begin bring out. Social media people come bring out this video when the jubilates when Buhari. So you see that. So in already there was a place where he had explained this video that what he only did, that he was a journalist in 2015 and that he didn't support any political party. There is no evidence that he supported any political party. He was only a journalist. That I think he said when after Goodluck Jonathan conceded defeat and before even all the results were announced. So whether you go the collection center as a reporter, when in say Buhari will make speech. So as he go there, now Buhari people they see and they jubilate because of the reports then way in do. How he be saying reports and help, but he did not, he said that he never supported. However, somebody else now brought out another video where he was having this conversation.
My literal word, my literal word brought you to power in 2015. It brought you to power in No, sir. Nobody even heard about some of you in 2014.
No, because you are inconsequential political.
I am consequential because you came on power. Well, you came to power on my back.
Which back?
On my back.
Okay. Some people are saying that if he denies that he did not in any way work for this administration. This one come from a man, go, when they talk, say a politician come to power, that is an APC politician, come to power on him back. That means admitting to the fact that he had worked for the APC. So this na the wahala we don't. I say make I quickly just do this gossip with you. No, gossip. Make I finish it before.
You feel in the last, was it on Friday? I remember what I said to you about Showore, and I said Showore is beginning to forget a lot of things. He's beginning to behave like Daniel Bwala. He forgets what he has said. He forgets the interviews he has granted. He even forgets the fact that he didn't eat at some point. So that is the spirit of Daniel Bwala that has enveloped him. Look, whether we like it or not, let us say the truth. Showore worked for the emergence of the late Buhari. Showore worked. Because you cannot tell me you went there as a reporter and you are rejoicing. If you didn't work, if you didn't believe, if you didn't contribute to the man's election, if you don't believe, you will take a walk. You will just leave the place in sober mood. But you can see that video where he was rejoicing. And that's why I said, when we started, I said, the marriage, this sudden marriage that Showore is, this sudden love or hand of friendship is extending to the Southeast. We need to be very careful. It is very, very important that the leaders of thought in the Southeast are very, very careful. So for me, there's nothing else anybody can tell you. You are a professional in this. You are a journalist. You've seen it, like my friend Rufai Husseini will say, we've seen the empirical evidence. So what else do we need? What else do we need to show that you have had hand? Your one hand has been in APC and the other hand has been in whatever party you are the chairman and the presidential candidate. Like I keep saying, you cannot go this journey alone. The journey of, rebuilding Nigeria, the journey of pushing away APC from power, the journey of removing a parliament from power cannot be done by one man, no matter how popular and how rich you are. So you need to have people come around. You need to have people join in that battle for you to be able to win it. And that's why I keep saying, Showore should decide what he wants.
When they talk, so why Peter B go work with the people that will be thieves? When Peter B don't talk to them be thieves before. They've stolen, they've done this, they've done that. That if you have to work with thieves to give us liberation, say that liberation no go liberate. Something like that.
When Buhari wanted to become president, of which we know all those who went behind the scene to showcase him, to propagate him to Nigerians, he had to work with those. He has also called thieves. At some point, people saw Buhari made people believe that he was the most incorruptible Nigerian, that he was not corrupt. But at the end of the day, we saw that he had to work with people to get to power. You cannot change anything from outside. You change it from within. So anybody who wakes up from sleep and begins to take a swap at P2B for deciding to work with people to rescue Nigeria, then that person is not patriotic.
All right, sir. Let's move on to some other issues where we say they happen. One of the saddest news we hear today. Now, the news about Kwara Church as people use the kidnap for their places of worship again. So we hear say suspected terrorists don't invade a church for inside Urago community for the Ifelodu local government area of Kwara State, abducting at least 9 worshippers. Some reports say 11, some say 8, some say 9 during the worship service today, Sunday. Sources in the community said there was heavy armed assailants, heavy armed assailants stormed the church whilst church service was ongoing. According to a source who spoke on anonymity, the attackers arrived suddenly and carried out the operation without resistance as residents and worshippers fled for safety. The source confirmed that 9 people were taken away by the attackers. That's what they talk. And this one, and yet another attack. Yet another attack. Prince Rose Chilaka, we don't know how soon we will see the end of all of these attacks. As I talk to
Okay,
you right now,
right
Lagos.
off,
Say, ah,
let,
yes.
let me start by saying that we all think that other parts of the country are safe. We all think that it's all about the North. We all think it's all about the Muslims. It is not. What we have in our hands now is a serious national problem. Serious in the sense that no part of this country is safe anymore. And it is becoming very worrisome. Just as you have Christians who are, how do I put them, fanatics, religious fanatics, you also have Muslims who are religious fanatics. The difference between the Christian fanatics and the Muslim fanatics is that the Christian fanatics do not go about kidnapping people. They do not go about displacing people from their ancestral homes. They do not go about killing people. But on the other side, the Muslim fanatics have this mindset and mentality that they are fighting for their religion. So I don't understand how somebody can wake up from sleep and you say you are fighting for your God. Or you're doing things you believe that your religion allows. I do not think that there's any religion that succumbs or agrees in violence or thrives in violence. What we have is that people do not understand the religion they are following. They do not understand every tenet of the religion. So for that, they are now interpreting it in their own ways. And those ways they're interpreting it has become a falsehood. While growing up, like I keep saying, I have and I still have quite a number of Northerners as friends, quite a number of Muslims, because it's not everybody that is in the North is a Muslim, but I have quite a number of Muslims, and I'll say these are sensible, smart, well-informed Muslims. And I will say this for free. Those I have as friends are not the ones who would want to take over your property or want to, kill you or want to chase you away from your ancestral home. But today, we have those who call themselves Muslims, even during this Ramadan period, the holy month of Ramadan that is revered by Muslims. Muslims revere the holy month of Ramadan across the world. But then you have these ones who do not even have respect for the Ramadan. The only thing they have at the back of their mind is to cause pain, cause havoc, kidnap people, demand for ransom. And then when they do these things, they hide under religion. And you see, when these things are happening, when you say, oh, there's genocide in Nigeria, these are the reasons. These are the reasons why people are saying that there's genocide in Nigeria. Because in other words, you're even indirectly asking people to stop going to worship their God. Because if this thing continues and persists, Christians won't go to church anymore. And this is not what we want. This is not what we have bargained for. So it boils down to the fact that nobody in Nigeria is even sure what the security agencies are doing anymore. Because now the security agencies will tell you, oh, we have decimated, we have killed their leader, we have killed that. But yet, the more you kill them, the more they come. Then it means that something is fundamentally wrong. Two things. One is either our security architecture is not addressing the issue the way it should address it, or our security personnel are compromised. And this is a big problem.
All right,
It's a
sir.
very, very big problem.
All right, sir. It is very unfortunate. See, this kind of things happen, especially another story where happened where we see today, where residents of I think Sokoto State, they run for their lives. They pack leave their village. So you see the people are preparing and packing the things away and going
Precious,
away and
is this a new video or is it the same video that showed up last week?
this is another one, according to reports.
Because I know that the one of last week, the the police, the military, uh, even I think the local government chairman, all came out to deny that people were running. But yet people said they were running because their lives are no longer safe. And this is the problem. There's a trust deficit, a terrible trust deficit between the government and the people. So the people don't believe whatever the government says. If the
Okay,
government says, wait, the people will run because the people no longer trust the government. And the government needs to do something about it.
so this
This
particular
trust
one.
deficit is
This particular one at TD Bale ward for Eastern local government area. Say a lot of them they run from their homes following bandit attacks and are now sheltering in Eastern town as internally displaced persons. Where they
so now this pressure, this brings us back to the issue of IDP camps. When these people run from their villages and go into IDP camps, it means that there are people who now occupy those villages as the new owners. Why is the government, or why has the government not been able to take these people out? Because at the point they move into those villages, they are enemies. They have forced the owners of the land out and they have occupied the land. Why is it that all this attack that government keeps talking about, why have they not been able to go to these villages that the original owners, the indigenous people, have been chased away and go and take out those who have occupied those villages? When you do that, you now show the Nigerian people that yes, there is a level of seriousness in the fight against these bandits. And we sometimes some of us we have this madness and this fear and this running stomach. We keep asking ourselves, why is it that each time the bandits strike and they have to kidnap people, they take them away? Why is it that we don't have, a situation where our army, our police, our defense system can actually track and stop them before they take these people away? And like I said, was it last week or so? I said the Nigerian army, the Minister of Defense, is not in competition with the bandits, the terrorists. They're not in competition as to who controls the media. The competition that they are in is a competition of ensuring that the lives and properties of Nigerians are protected. So I don't understand why, the army will always come and tell us, oh, we have decimated this, we have killed their leaders, we are killing them. You're killing them and they're coming and they're causing more havoc. And you want the people to believe you, it's going to be difficult for the people to believe you. Nobody wants to be displaced from their ancestral homes. Nobody wants to wake up from sleep and find out that they have to run as if we're in a war-torn situation. We're not in war. Nobody wants to. So the Nigerian army, the Nigerian defense system need to be able to be proactive and be able to say, look, we're gonna fight this thing head on. And they do it. Because honestly, this whole thing is getting messy. It's really, really getting out of hand.
All right, sir. So going back to other conversations, make I see some other things we basically happen concerning this insecurity. Of course, it never stopped. I was trying to tell you earlier that a vice president is in Lagos State where he has come to brief the president on what they happen for Maiduguri. And based on the bomb blasts, the triple bomb blast we happened from Maiduguri before the president traveled to the UK. By the way, the UK, the president's UK visits don't cause a lot of wahala. Prince Francis Chilakasa, people don't they talk about say, experts don't talk say one single thing like this, Nigeria not the benefits from inside that the visit of President Bola Tinubu to UK. Not one thing are we benefiting. So why did we even bother wasting our energy to go to the UK? To in fact, as it stands, it can't be like say the loan now a subtle payment now would they even pay UK for hosting us because there is nothing we start doing with the loan.
Well, I don't know where people are coming from, and I don't know where the argument is stemming from. My position is the fact that Mr. President is seeking for validation, and he's seeking for recognition by the international community. And because of that, he will do anything and whatever it takes to get that recognition. I mean, this is a president that the American government told you is an active asset. As we discussed on your channel, nobody has told Nigerians what that means. Not even the spokesman of Mr. President has been able to tell Nigerians what they mean by that their president is an asset, an active one. You see, the thing is that this is one president that has so much mystery around him. And rather than finding a way to come to terms with the Nigerian people, so that this mystery that everybody's seeking for an answer to would become a thing of the past. No, he's not interested. All he's interested in is doing more of damage control. You hear that a president, people in your country are saying that there's a genocide. Rather than address that issue of genocide, you are employing lobbyists to kill that story. And you think it's normal. Now, talking about Mr. President's trip to the United Kingdom, I've read quite a number of write-ups by APC media urchins, trying to talk about the fact that, oh, the money is going to be used to upgrade Nigerian ports, that's the Tinkan and Apapa ports and all of that. And then I ask, if you're collecting money to come and upgrade the two ports, meanwhile you have forgotten about the eastern ports. Now, the two ports you want to upgrade, you're going to be using steel, iron steel and all of that. Where are you going to get them from? Because we also hear now that all the materials they will need will be bought from the UK. So The UK is giving you 740, is it 40 million pounds? And then on the other hand, they are collecting the money back for
746 million.
materials.
746 million. And
Yes. So
they're exporting steel to us, and we will buy the steel in their own terms.
no, that's what I'm saying. In one hand, they're giving you the money. It's like precious. It's like this. It's like this. You come and you say you need a loan. Maybe you need a loan of say 100 million naira to set up say a bread factory, and then I give you the 100 million naira as loan. But then there are conditions attached. The first condition is that I will be the one to prepare the feasibility study. You will pay for it. I'll be the one to draw up the designs of how the bakery will look. You will pay for it. I'll be the one to supply you the materials needed to set up that bread factory. And you will pay from it. And you are going to pay me this money, all this money back from the 100 million I'm giving to you. So tell me, did I really give you a loan? I didn't give you a loan because I'm giving you money and I'm dictating to you how you're going to spend the money. Then it is not a loan. But on the hand side, like I said, on the hand side, the Nigerian custom realized 7.12 trillion revenue 2025. Where has that money gone to? See, what the presidency is doing, from everything I've seen so far, is that the presidency has garnered so much money from which they are bribing the governors. Because you should ask yourself, why are the governors moving to APC? First and foremost, subsidy is gone. Don't forget that there are gains coming in from that subsidy. The naira and dollar issue, liberal market, there are gains coming from there. Electricity, no more subsidy.
No, they said they need to subsidize from band B, and they need to remove subsidy from band
That's
A.
what I'm coming. From what we know, electricity, no subsidy. So all the money being generated is now being sent to FAC. So the governors have a lot of money being sent to them. And also there's this rumor that everybody who comes to APC as a governor gets, maybe I won't call it dash, but they get a loan of 500 billion. And what are they doing with it? So you now find out that the money that is being gathered is, one, to give more money to the governors, and then to give more money to the National Assembly. So when we sit back and we say, oh, the National Assembly is an appendage, the National Assembly is this, they're not bothered. Abuse them from now till tomorrow. The only thing that interests them is the fact that they are making money out of the abuse. The Nigerian people are abusing them. So we have leaders who are consumed by money, consumed by what will come to them, consumed by greed, consumed by selfishness. Because I personally do not see the need. Why? You see, there are some signs you must look at and you take a decision. You want to tell me now that if a father makes his plan to travel, say he has to travel to France or to Germany, 2 days to the trip, the son or the sons are involved in an accident. Maybe he has 3 kids. 2 of them passes on. 1 is critically ill in the hospital. Do you think a sensible father will embark on that trip? He will not. So to me, Mr. President should not even have embarked on that trip. And then to add salt to the injury, you travel to 140 something people when your country is boiling. And then the same people you travel from with here who stood at the airport to see you off now went to UK to stand and to welcome you. What kind of madness are we into? Nigeria has become a laughing stock. Nigeria has become a country where people will tell you your president is traveling, governors will go and line up at the airport to wave him. And he's coming back. They will also come back to the airport. They abandon their states. They abandon the responsibility that the people have given to them. And we keep saying Nigeria is broke. But those in power do not see the need to make the sacrifice they are pushing the Nigerian people to make. The National Bureau of Statistics says that 140 million Nigerians have been driven into multidimensional poverty. That is not even just the poverty on the upper level, multidimensional. Even if we are 250 million and 140, because the figure keeps going up every day, have already been driven into multidimensional poverty. What percentage are already on the first level of poverty? Your leaders are not thinking out of the box. That is where it pains me. That is where it pains me. So whatever Mr. President went to do in UK and all of that, as far as I'm concerned, it is not something that will benefit the ordinary Nigerians. I'm sure you heard them. People are now using campaigning that they're putting it as achievement that the president's agreement for exchange of prisoners and whatever, repatriate people who have overstayed their visa, Ekwemadu is going to benefit from it. And then I'm asking, of what use is that? Of what use is Ekwemadu being released? A man that would never have been convicted in Nigerian laws. So now APC people see it as an achievement that Ekwemadu is coming back. Honestly, precious, the Nigerian issue is getting one to be feeling slightly depressed.
Sorry, sir, please protect your mental health because you need to protect it for this story that we're going to be talking about now too. So we hear that from the grapevine that Tinubu, son of our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, allegedly funded payment to UK-based Nigerians, over 100 of them, to assemble a supportive crowd of All Progressives Congress APC members during his father's recent visit. So several videos of evidences shared by social media commentators, I think Emma Saddam and other people too, show the same thing on Saturday. They show Nigerians reportedly lining the streets in the UK singing the pro-Tinubu mandate song on your. You remember, I've been showing you the song now. Said they've been singing on your mandate song. So that mandate song they were singing was not for nothing. It was something that prompted the mandate that they are standing up. And Nigerians don't come to talk, say, excuse me. What's in the name of going on is really going on with us in this country, that we have to do these things that we do, irrespective of how people decide. I mean, we're getting to political conversations, so we'll read those political stories very soon. But when they talk, say, with all the hunger we did demand, the deaths will happen before the president's travel is not enough to at least, make the president understand the need for to be a bit more empathetic towards Nigerians and not told this line where we say it told in terms of the profligacy and spending of money, the way we say they spend it to go the sing or your mandate, we shall stand. Right now, let me show you. I'm going to show you evidences now, so that say you need a good person talk without evidence. According to evidence, we say the person share. Some of the evidences we say the person share. It says some people said they took £200. The previous day they took 500 pounds. That's about 700 pounds per person. Here is a screenshot of CIC. People collected 500 pounds yesterday, and today they started giving to 200 pounds. So here is evidence of the message. But beyond the message evidence are videos that were circulated when people were taking that money. When people they take their own tongue. You understand, sir? That's it. So you can see money exchange in hand. As you collect the right pen, see pen and paper, they will take your name. They carry your own, give you. That's exactly what they said is going on. And Prince Francis Chilakasa, this is painful because a UK based, sorry, Canadian based doctor, a Nigerian Canadian based doctor had complained that the amount of money where President Tinubu don't spend or don't they spend for campaign, when campaign never even reach, it don't do enough to actually turn Nigeria around. So that is to say that he has the capacity to actually turn Nigeria around or to develop Nigeria or at least to make things easy for people, but he's not doing it because why spend all this money when it be say you would rather use and bribe people, use and buy cars for campaign rather than use it to actually develop the country. But make I take your thoughts and we'll come back to other issues.
Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. This is where we are.
Anyway,
You remember when the issue of city boys came up? And I've been asking, where are the city boys in the north? Where are the city boys in Yoruba land? The only viable city boys we know are the ones led by a young man who is a bartender. Suddenly, he's speaking for the Igbo people. Suddenly, he's reminding the Igbos about the Civil War, which I'm sure he was not born when the war took place. Suddenly, he's the one now telling the Igbos they need to get to be in the center. This is what happens when you have a president that gathers charlatans together and give them a voice. We should ask questions. If we talk about Cubana chief priest, where did it start from? You know, it was in Malaysia. Nobody has been able to tell us what brought him back from Malaysia. And nobody has been able to tell us what he was doing in Malaysia. But that is on one side. The other one is talking about Sheyi Tinubu. It's not today Sheyi Tinubu started this campaign of trying to bring people together, trying to buy people over. If you recall that even very dark man said he was offered money and he refused. But it's so shameful that we take our disgrace from Nigeria, we go and put it abroad. If you watch the video, there was a video of a young man who was trying to eulogize Bola Ahmed Tinubu, telling people in diaspora how before he left Nigeria, when Tinubu was governor, and when he came back to Nigeria, but yet he's in diaspora. If Nigeria is working the way all those idiots that were standing and shouting on your mandate will stand, if Nigeria was working, would they be abroad? Would they be jackpotting from this country? No, they will not jackpot. They would have come back. Because I'm telling you, there is no place like home. But it is because Nigeria is not working. That is why they are all abroad, doing all kinds of menial jobs. That is why it is easy to, even though they claim to be abroad, even though they claim to be the ones sending money home to their families. But that is why it's easy for them to be bribed. Let me see anybody abroad that will come and make noise and tell us how they are bringing foreign exchange. We will tell them who they are. They have just exposed themselves. They have just exposed themselves that they are more hungry than Nigerians that are in Nigeria. Because these are people who would stay abroad and tell you, oh, palliative, they are sharing rice, they are sharing this. Is this how to run a country? But there they are collecting money just to come and stand on the street to sing a song.
sir, in fairness to the book, not all Nigerians in the UK did that. Please, sir. Not all.
Precious,
Sir,
Precious, I am
sir.
talking to those who did it. Those who did it, they are stupid and they are bastards. They should not even come out to talk in public. Suddenly, Nigeria has become a country that we no longer have a national anthem. We no longer have our pledge.
But sir, do they not have the choice to support anybody they want to support? Is it not within their rights?
I am not saying they don't have the right, but when that support is induced, then it is not support. When we were growing up, when the president is passing, we stand and we are singing the national anthem. We are proud that we are Nigerians. It is your national anthem that makes you a proud Nigerian. But today, even though the president came and in less than 1 hour changed the national anthem, that same national anthem is changed. People are no longer singing it. But Nigerians are now singing on your mandate to stand. So the national anthem, which defines the patriotism in us, has been thrown to the dogs. People are easily pushed and people easily forget. The loyalty we have today in this country is not loyalty to the constitution, that moribund and that document that should be shredded. People no longer have allegiance to the constitution. The allegiance and loyalty of Nigerians today is to one man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that does not speak well for Nigeria.
Are you saying that the talks in a President Tinubu that don't make promote the belief and hope people get for the country, rather to make to pledge more loyalty to individual than the country in a President Tinubu?
So this is what is going on. You
What do
saw
you
your
mean?
senators. You saw your senators, who are the men that are supposed to be called distinguished and honorable. You saw them forgetting that you have a national anthem and they're singing on your mandate to stand. You saw your judiciary doing the same thing.
The question be say if not be waiting they inside them already, then why you be say they would do am? So that's something why you be say they inside them already. It is something that is in them already.
It simply shows you that in Nigeria, loyalty to the nation, loyalty to the constitution has been eroded with loyalty to an individual.
All right, sir. Let me quickly go to other issues. Not that we're going to politics. I just thought to let that out of the way. So we here say a former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, or candidates right now, the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and of course, Kwankwaso met today, or Peter Obi met Rabi Musa Kwankwaso today in Kano State. And as we say, speculation still they go on concerning their joint ticket for 2027. Now, also present at that gathering was Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde and former Bayelsa State Governor Sarah Dixon. Earlier, Sheyi Makinde bin see Oga Bala Mohammed. I think there was something that was said. Okay, I want to show you your mandate, guys, just to give example. So these were the people that was giving them. So that it doesn't look like we're speaking without evidence. May they not talk, say I talk. May they not talk, say I talk without evidence of people actually sticking on your mandate to just stand. But you know what? Before I get to the other conversation I was going to go to into politics, it hurts me to see that this could happen amidst this kind of hunger and pain. Now, here is a video of children. The children then they hungry. I will not play this with the video. I can't show their faces. These children were standing under for the rain, then they under rain. Line up, then they line up because I had to blur the faces of children. Then they line up, carry plates on hand, they collect food for an orphanage. Under rain. In fact, one of them, the little ones in front, were shivering. You could see them visibly shivering, shaking. Visibly shaking.
Precious.
In a
I don't know.
country,
I don't know why. I don't know why you're.
Sorry,
I don't know why you're finding it difficult to understand that
no,
the political class in Nigeria have institutionalized poverty, and they are doing it with impunity. They have institutionalized poverty. So this is what happens when poverty becomes a way of life of the people. It is not just the children, precious adults. Adults, you walk on the street now, you see adults approaching you.
all right, sir. So before we
Let,
even
let
get
me
to the
shock you.
other,
Let me shock you.
okay,
Pressure, let me shock you. This afternoon, I went to, when I was coming back from where I went to, and I stopped to just, because I looked at my fuel And, you know, it was, I just let me top it a bit. You won't believe it that a man parked his car by the filling station, holding a small keg, begging people to help him, even if it is 1 liter, for them to buy, for them to pay for him. I'm telling you, was begging, please, can they just give me 1 liter? 1 liter. So it comes to this person probably says, okay, give him 1 liter. He goes, so at the end of the day, once he gets 5 liters, he goes and turns into his car. He comes back again. That's the new thing in town. That's the new begging formula. And this is caused by poverty.
Going back to this conversation, you can see the little girl on yellow, yellow shorts. She is visibly shaking, like she's shivering. You can see her hands were shaking. She's shivering from cold under the rain. But with her plate for her hand, where she won't use bake food or collect food, line up. I don't know the orphanage. In fact, the orphanage that posted it posted with the caption, "My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, we humbly inform you that we are currently out of foodstuffs like rice, sugar, beans, salt at our orphanage. With anything you have, okay, he said, at our orphanage, with anything you have, it can save the situation, even if it's $5. May the Lord bless you." So my thought is, in fact, the person who sent me this video was crying that even if you want to help children, do you have to give them sickness before you help them? Why line up children under the rain? No canopies, no makeshift building, no nothing. Under the rain to line up to collect food, and then you video them under the rain. They are shivering.
Are you not?
The rain water could enter inside the food that they collect.
Are you not aware that your government said they want to reintroduce feeding in schools? Another scam. You heard about the money transfer. Up to today, nobody has said anything about Beta Edu. Her case has just died a natural death. Nigeria is a country where you want to do something, you want to steal, you steal enough so that when government comes for you, you give them some of what you have stolen and the case gets closed. We have an APC government. This is how many years down the line. Poverty has become the watchword for Nigerians.
All right, sir. So let's go back to the story I was telling you about Peter Obi and Kwankwaso as they say the meet for inside Kano State earlier today. But before their meeting for Kano State, the Bauchi State Governor and Sheyi Makinde been actually met where they talked about what's bedeviling the PDP and possible way out of the wahala or what they will call imbroglio or whatever it is that the PDP is going through. Sheyi Makinde spoke, and a lot of people are saying that his statement is politically correct because may not be political, will just be political statement, considering say both him and the weekend will say they talk about two of them are friends and two of them they pledge subtle loyalty to the president, as it were. So it doesn't really make any difference whether Wiki said something and is trying to live through to his own. But let's quickly take a listen to what Sheyi Makinde said so that
no, the leaders of the party now, they are pursuing reconciliation. The likes of former Senate President Saraki. And then the president is saying reconciliation is not an option. So what exactly the reconciliation means in practical terms? Is it that the party is trying to surrender to Wiki's faction?
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. I think the rep of the nation. Okay, good. I hope your newspaper will report this as we're saying it and not bend anything. I came in the public domain to say that I was in a meeting with Wiki and Mr. President. and he promised to hold PDP for Mr. President towards 2027. So, anyone dealing with Wike and his group, in any guise, what it means is you have also agreed to support President Tinubu for 2027. We'll leave it for Nigerians to judge. If you can be in their camp where they've promised that they are supporting the president, we're not begrudging them. You can support whoever you like to support, but go to them if you want to support them. So that is our position. They have the government behind them. They have the judiciary behind them. They have INEC behind them, but we have the people behind us. Thank you.
All right. So Prince Francis Chilaka would like to chime in on that very quickly, especially considering that the Bala Mohammed he is with may likely leave to APC any moment, because rumors been don't come out about him leaving to APC. Later in denial and saying never leave. Then just recently, yesterday or today, he said that well he will do whatever Bauchi people want him to do. I know whenever they say that, that means they're already quarter. In fact, they've already left. Because remember, say in finance, in Commissioner for Finance, so if you say get wahala concerning funding of terrorism and all of that, they don't come on the case. They don't go on corner. Could this be part of the agreement? And these are just permutations. Waiting people to talk.
Well, the thing is this: every politician in Nigeria today are not for the people. They're not holding sway for the people. They're not in leadership for the people. They're in leadership for themselves. And they are seeking more of survival than the ordinary Nigerians. That's the funny part of it. They want to survive more than the ordinary Nigerians. They want to have the good things of life more than the ordinary Nigerians. Left to them, the ordinary Nigerians should worship them. So when you see them gather to talk, you ask yourself, this gathering, is it for the Nigerian people? Because since this administration came to power, I've not seen anything that they have done that is for the Nigerian people. I've not seen any bill passed by your Senate and your House of Rep that represents the yearnings of the Nigerian people. I have not seen any. So people will be right to say, oh, yes, the way they are talking, because the way they are talking, look, Precious, it's more like obvious that Wike has taken over the party through this instrumentality of the judiciary. So what do you want them to do?
Well, people will say that this is an accusation. How possible is it that a Wike will take over good road? Should be handed to the judiciary. Oh, before you finish and answering, let me also tell you quickly that we hear that, remember Justice Soho, John Soho, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Abuja.
Yeah.
The one where they say they see wife with how many hundreds of thousands of dollars?
160,000.
God bless you. $1,000. The Code of Conduct Bureau be invite and they talk to them. We can't hear for grapevine say a Sean Code of Conduct Bureau. And we don't hear and now for corner say Wike won't intervene in the matter. So people are not saying, how is Wike going to intervene? As what is he intervening for? That now some of the things we hear. And I saw news carry, not be me carry, I'm not gossip news carry, that Justice Soho shone the CCB and then Wike, as Wike is about to intervene and is set to intervene for inside the matter. And I'm asking, in what capacity will Wike be intervening?
Wike is intervening as the Deputy President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because for you to look at a judge that has a case that has become public to answer, and he refuses to, if it was an ordinary civil servant, that refuses to go to Code of Conduct Bureau, wouldn't they have gone after the person to arrest the person? The chief judge has no immunity. Why are we pretending as if he has immunity? He has no immunity. For refusing for that, he should be suspended. And that's the truth. Because for refusing to go and answer a call by an agency of government that has been given the power to investigate you, if you refuse to go, you should be suspended. And the government should compel him. If he does not, they should issue a bench warrant. He's a justice. He understands the legal system. But you see, Nigeria is becoming like anyhow. We just they do like say, suddenly we they do like say we don't even understand ourselves for this country. We they do like say our sense don't turn backyard. Nigeria don't become country when somebody go do something and say, do you know who I am? But you forget that in the middle of who I am, the man at the mortuary has more power over you when you are dead. So why would the wicked try to, what is wicked trying to do? What is it? Is he trying to show that he has power? So these are the things, these are the flaws in this administration. People just do what they want to do. They don't care. The impunity with which some people in this administration are behaving is honestly, it's baffling.
All right, so let's quickly move on to the issue I was telling you about Obi and Kwankwaso. So we did hear that former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, on Sunday, today, met with former Kano State Governor Rabi Musa Kwankwaso in Kano State. If you see the crowd there, okay. Now, this sparks fresh political speculations ahead of the 2027 general elections. Also present at the gathering were Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde and former Bayelsa State Governor Siraki Dixon. Excuse me. Now, Kwankwaso disclosed details of the visit via his social media platform, describing it as a festive gathering to mark the Salah celebration. In fact, quoting him, he says, delighted to host their excellencies Peter Obi, Sheyi Makinde, and Siraki Dixon at my Kanu residence for his for this joyful Salah celebration. That's what he used right. I'm now wishing everyone peace, blessings, and prosperity. So despite the convivial tone where we say the Kwankwaso put out for the meeting, the visit has fueled speculations of a possible political alliance between Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. Both of them, or both of whom, were key contenders in the 2023 election. Of course, we know say Peter Obi come second, Kwankwaso come third for the election. So we know this. However, neither politician has made any official statement confirming such thoughts. In fact, we don't hear say our former president Olusegun Obasanjo they tried very hard to work for a Peter Obi Kwankwaso ticket for the ADC, as you know, the better the ticket will be say good, they will use promote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As a matter of fact, this is one of the reasons we're making them go to Niger State to go visit former military head of state, Oga IBB, Babangida, to go talk to him. In fact, we hear say Oga Olusegun Obasanjo, don't they talk to any the power brokers for inside the note? Anybody will be who is who for inside the note. If they talk to them, they try to market Obi ticket to them to tell them why Peter Obi should be the president and Kwankwaso should be vice. On the other side, we can also hear Kwankwaso when they talk say, you know, if you take anything for him to fit merge with anybody or coalesce or onto coalition, that he must have something in the table, and he can't take anything less than the vice presidential candidates. So we don't know where this matter will go. Make I just show you some of the footages where they come from that gathering earlier today. Take a listen. See the crowd, and as people begin chanting. this week or so. What's going on here? A carnival. Yeah. It wasn't like it was a political rally. Oh. It wasn't a political rally. All right. Okay. So make I quickly show you the statements where Visa will be made. Well, I think he tried to speak to them. I read very briefly, but make we see highlights of voting in this area. All right. Let me take this. I beg it. How possible do you use gather human beings like say them be ants? I don't understand.
All
Because
right, all right, when you talk about Kano politics, I don't, you've never been to Kano.
even though say not be the governor again, they on the governor side again. Oh, how you use the gather them like this?
When you see, let me tell you, in Kano, Kwakwaso enjoys organic love, just like P2B enjoys organic love in the south. And I'll tell you this for free. The love for Kwakwanso in the north extends beyond Kano. Right now, the north sees Kwakwanso as the man who has stepped into the shoes of the late President Buhari. When you put Kwakwanso side by side Atiku, Kwakwanso will beat him in terms of the crowd that will come out.
In the entire north or just in Kano State? Remember we're talking
In the
about
entire north.
Are you
In the entire
serious?
north.
But how come
Yes.
he don't win election, Rich? He don't win another state apart from Kano State during 2023 election?
You know, you need to understand that the party with which you roll with has some influence. You know that in the north, they know APC, they know PDP. So it's easy to manipulate people to, and most of them are not educated, they are not aware. So if I want to vote, for instance, if I want to vote for PDP, and I get to the polling booth, I don't know what to do, and I'm asking the electoral officer to show me where to vote. If the electoral officer is compromised, he will just tell me to print drop ATM and to print APC. And to a large extent, this was what happened. But the point is this. I have always said, and I'll keep saying it, that Atiku Abubakar should become an enigma. He should go and rest and allow fresh air, the breath of fresh air in 2027. I'm telling you, if the North is ready to give if Nigerians are ready to give Tinubu a run for his money, I've always said, Obi Kwakwanso, Obi El-Rufai. These are the two people in the
I thought
North.
people had accused El-Rufai that he was against Christians, he killed a lot of Christians, he has a lot of
See,
death on him, and
you know,
those deaths were all of a sudden he seems go they washed away once in join Obi.
well, you say he has been accused. Has he been? You know, in Nigeria, you can accuse anybody of anything.
Did
I'm not
he
holding brief.
did he do
I'm
that
not
or not?
holding brief for him.
Did he do
But
those
all
things
I'm
or
saying,
not?
I'm not holding brief for him. I've never been a fan of his. But all I'm saying is that we should get beyond this level of just accusing people without following it to logical conclusion. That is what I think we should be doing now. This whole issue about media trial is something we have to find a way to end in this country. Security agencies have also deployed to using media trial, and at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. You saw the way Yaya Bello was tried in the media by EFCC, and what came out of it. So media trial has not provided solution to real issues in Nigeria. So those who believe that, oh, you have done something wrong, you deserve to be punished, you deserve to make retribution, they should always go to the courts and let the courts pass judgment. Since El-Rufai stepped down as a governor of Kaduna State, who has gone to court? Who has taken the case to court? Nobody. So it's not a matter of saying, oh, that I'm here trying to say since I washed away. No. But those who are supposedly bitter and affected, why have they not gone to court? That's the question I'm asking.
All right. Okay. Um, a lot. Well, Nigerians get a lot of things to talk here because we see evidences of some things we see some of the supposed atrocities of Erufai, things he said with himself, with his mouth, how he supported the Muslim tickets, how he said that he would ensure that he continues that that Muslims alone will continue to have the upper hand in his state where he came from. He said it. In fact, now what he make today, all like Kano states, like Kaduna State, like any other state, they always like to balance Muslims and Christians. And we do know this. We have a lot of Christians in the in Kaduna State. But now under air of fight, then on make sure say he put Muslim tickets. And now he say we go drive him through to the federal level. He said those with his mouth. Not the person accuse him. So now when make people they ask if you're saying an OB air of fight ticket, does it mean that most of these things he's done now will just be forgiven easily? And then the killing of people in southern Kaduna, people they accuse, I was saying keep blind eyes. People of southern Kaduna they killed and all that. Does it mean that those things will be forgotten?
You see,
Just
Precious,
is
you're
that
asking a
happening with
question. No, you're asking a question that the people of Southern Kaduna themselves have not been able to go to court. As we speak today, El-Rufai has no immunity. Why have those people not gone to court?
Are you sure they're not in courts?
If they're in court, are you aware of any? So for me, all I'm saying is that we need to find a way to end media onslaught, media trial of anybody. Anybody. We need to find a way.
Precious, like I'm very surprised that you're saying this. When
No, but it's the truth.
we know
Looking
the
at,
number of
listen,
people
let
that
me tell
died
you
in
why I'm
southern
saying this.
Kaduna.
No,
Precious,
let
like
me tell you why
this
I'm
was in the
precious.
news
Why I'm saying this is
every
because
day.
I have lost faith. Even in our security architecture, in our security personnel, I've lost faith in them when they come with this media trial. They are the ones causing the problem. When you come and you tell us if you don't persecute, if you don't arrest, if you don't get Yaya Bello, you will resign. You saw how the social media was heated up over Yaya Bello. What came out of it? I am not holding brief for El-Rufai for whatever he has done in Kaduna State. All I'm saying is that those who are affected, they have a right to go to court and seek for justice. You don't seek for justice hiding under the pillow or behind the pillow. No. You seek for justice by speaking out. All the civil societies that were busy talking about El-Rufai did this, where are they today? Where are the civil societies? Where are the activists? So they have all suddenly gone mute, or they've all gone deaf and dumb. So let them come out. Syrup is there, all of them. Why have they not gone to court?
All right, Nigerians, phone lines are open 0817029477. That's the number to call. Or you click for the link inside the pinned post and it will bring you straight to the studio to join the conversation. If you call us WhatsApp 0817029477. Now, my first is Sri Lanka. You know, so Nigerian domestic airlines don't bring out this new scheme of fly now, pay later. You know, they Nigerians they rather call our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu say other countries they cushion the effect of this high fuel price for their country people by subsidizing energy or doing one thing or the other for their people. Instead of our government to look towards that, if they tell people fly now, pay later, that is you're further impoverishing people because whether they fight fly now and pay later or not, they will still be able to pay it because at the end of the day, now more money, now be say they will pay. As I speak to you, I'm aware that some countries they subsidize energy this period for the people of the country because of what's gone with Iran and US Israel issue. In the US, in the UK, in most other European countries, that they're trying to give them some sort of measures to cushion the effect of the high price of energy products generally. But now only Nigeria. And when you talk say fear and 1 5, now they will say, oh, it's not only in Nigeria, in the UK, in the US, like that. But we're not paying attention to the things where you see this government they do to help their people cushion the effect. Unless those people for that enter streets to protest against their government. So the reason they're not protesting, as our government gives us as an example, oh, it's also hard in other countries where they're not protesting. Not because they don't protest, but because their government they try give them something to use cushion. But they give rights for Ramadan. Sorry, sir. Let me take your thoughts.
No, then I mean there's nothing to be sorry about. Where's NNPCL? NNPCL is supposed to be a government institution, in quotes, they call it limited liability company. But we know that the major shareholder of that limited liability company is the government. If countries of other countries are cushioning effect, essentially bringing out their reserve to cushion the cost of products for their citizens, which body will the Nigerian government mandate to bring out the reserve? Is it NNPC that has not been able to manage any of the refineries? Is it NNPC that is not producing? Or is it Dangote that is a private business? Which of them? I'm sure you are aware that each time the Nigerian Navy go and arrest what they call them crude oil thieves. Are you aware that they destroy the crude oil, including their equipments that they use? I'm sure you're aware of that. What stops government from forming this so-called, you call them illegal bunkering and all of that? What stops government from turning them into a cooperative? What stops government from doing that? The truth on ground is that the government does not even have crude to give to NNPC to say, refine this for the Nigerian people. Let us just pay you for the cost of the refining. They don't. And that is how bad things are. And yet we are an oil producing nation. So it is a time like this that the government can say, okay, what is the consumption of Nigerians? And it's okay, Dangote, this is 100 barrels or whatever they want to classify it. Refine this for the Nigerian people. We will take the responsibility for the cost of refining. See, don't forget that for every cup of crude oil, there are a lot of byproducts. In all this production that's been going on between NNPC and Dangote, who has ever told Nigerians the byproducts that come out from these products? And what happened to those byproducts? Every time we talk about crude oil, we talk about crude oil, we talk about petrol, we talk about diesel, we talk about kerosene, we talk about aviation fuel. It ends there. Nobody talks about the grease. Nobody talks about the Vaseline. Nobody talks about other items, other byproducts that come out of petroleum. Come out of crude. So the way it is, this government does not care about the ordinary Nigerians. And until when the ordinary Nigerians wake up from that slumber to realize that their government does not care for them. If this war continues, I am telling you, fuel is going to hit 2,000 naira. And at that point in time, people will stop going to work. It's going to get to that.
It's not even just about the pricing. There's no lights. So even if people had light, people could say, okay, because people still had to buy fuel, are highly dependent on fuel for energy to get light. So what are we going to do?
We were in darkness. After all, you remember your minister for power, when he told you that Nigerians are responsible why we don't have enough light. That because you people don't know how to manage light. And everybody clapped. People were there when he was saying, they were clapping for him, clapping for idiosyncrasy, clapping for nonsense. A man that has not been able to provide light, power for the people, he wants to go and be a governor. A man that has not been able to manage a ministry, one ministry, he wants to go and be a governor. And people are clapping their hands. When we just have mediocres as leaders, that's the problem.
All right, Nigeria's phone lines are open 0817-029-4077, or you click on the link on the pin post and it will bring you straight to the studio. Say good evening and welcome.
Yeah, good precious. Good evening, Priscilla.
Good evening.
Yeah, Priscilla, please, I will disagree with you this evening on some points. I've written them down. Maybe we trash those points out,
Make
please.
a listen at you. Oh yeah.
We need to. I will disagree with you this evening as well. On first,
It's
the
a
500.
welcome one.
Okay, first of all, on first, the first point is the 500 pounds your people from Nigeria came to collect in the UK. Which you make reference to. Those were not Nigerians in the UK. Okay, those are people. Your same politicians, people from Nigeria. You know, you weren't. I think you weren't in yesterday when we were talking about it. That when you look at those people, how come people talks from Nigerians, known as, in other words, Agberu, were all there in London, which everybody knows that these people are thugs and everything. They all came with the president to London. All of them, some of them bought their own private tickets, which they used in coming down to London. Where those were the people who came. When you go back again, watch that video very well. Watch the video. The people that were singing that foolish, God forgive me, that so-called, which they've turned to you people's national item, because that is not the national item of Nigeria, which they've turned to. turn into nationality. Those were the people singing it. Those were the few. There were a few group of people. So not the people in the UK when you watch them. So when you take your time to study that area, go back again, watch it and understand it, you will see that it's not those people. Because people, someone that will go, that is going to go and do 12-hour shift will not come down there and start doing that kind of rubbish or collecting for 500, writing down their names and everything, because those people know the implication of what they are doing.
Okay, so
So
in other words,
that's
what
for
you're
that.
trying to say is that these people were shipped from Nigeria and they got visa to
That's
go to
it.
to go. They got visas.
That's it. That's it. And some of them are the students. Some of them are students that are 1 year, or 1 year or 2 years study visas. It's just few of them. If you look, those are connections that they use. If you will use as a no, maybe when next you come online, we'll talk about, because it's good we talk about this. I'm based in Canada, so I see everything, even because when you said that, I was shocked. I had to go back again and check very well. So those are the few people, because if you look at them, the group were just few. And there were people opposite again. There was a particular guy again who was not calling the president or whatever, criminal or whatever, saying
Yes,
all sorts
yes,
of.
I saw
You
that.
could see it
I
was
saw
not. You
that.
go back and watch the people that were evil. You will see them that there are people they shipped from. That's it. And so few people they feel they know that came down there to do the stuff, to commit that havoc. You think that most of the people, even in coming to the UK, even in coming to the, I don't believe people in the UK will even go there and go and be wasting that. If you dislike, if you most of the people in the UK, the way they dislike that man, you won't believe it. Oh,
No, no. I think I want to interject there. It's one thing
okay.
to dislike; it's another thing to be bought over.
Yeah, you're correct on that area. Yes, yes,
Yeah. So,
but
well, I've
I'm
seen a
saying
lot of people that
about.
oh, we hate this government, we hate this man. But the moment you tell them come and take 50,000, come and take 10,000, they change, and that is the problem we're having in
So
Nigeria. The problem we have is our system has been totally corrupt and monetized.
mm, but for me, I just let me pull that one out and correct that
Okay,
aspect. It's
let's
not
move to
the
the second
it's
one.
not those it's not the people from it's not the people from the UK. If you watch that area, they are just few. That's for that. And again, and again, you could see why we keep talking, like why I've been saying this here with most of the time with President. The young Nigerians, the young people coming up, we really have to protect these children. Start speaking out in protection of these children, because these children know nothing. Like those children that they put on the rain. You could see that aspect. You see that aspect. They were even shaking in the rain. What kind of wickedness is that? Because fair enough, there were adults were there who supposed to have protect those children, but they did not, because the adults are more wicked. But to them, they feel that that is part of the training or what they need to do for them to get what they want to
No,
get.
the adults themselves are hungry.
So that are
You can see,
so you put, yeah, you
yeah,
put the word. So should I call it wickedness or ignorance, or what should I call it?
it's survival of the fittest, my brother. Nigeria has gotten to that level where everything now is
Or
survival of the
empathy.
fittest.
At least, even
If,
though
if there
even
is
though you're
empathy,
saying survival, but
if
there
there is
should be
empathy,
empathy.
would
You
your
should
president
consider
have
these children.
traveled when bombs went off in Nigeria?
That is what we're saying the same thing, because that one do not. There was a time I used this word as well again. I said there is a difference between digital and analog. So analog cannot
Exactly.
continue to work in digital area. So that is why these old people needs to be flushed out. Okay, now you look at the other aspect again. Now look at the other aspect again. We talked about again now. You see, when I said this other about this Peter Obi, Erufai, and this other issue, like I always say for that media aspect. Medias are more like police, are more like detectives. You see, over here, medias are the one that will do their investigative journalism. They will do that. They will publish the stories. After publishing the stories, then the police will take over from there. Even some of the work the police did not even know, or maybe there are some jobs the police wants to do. But when they see that the people they are up against, journalists are the one that will even come in and carry out that job and everything, do everything, investigate and publish the story. Then police then will not then spring into action and investigate. But that is the same thing, the way Nigerians were supposed to be working. Nigeria was supposed to work like that as well. That even when the journalists do their investigation, publish everything, then the people is now aware of what is going on. Then the people will not be the one to even force the police to go, even though the police do not want to take action on that case. Then the people will be the one to force the police to go in and take action on the case or persecute whosoever is involved. So as for the journalist aspect,
Right, sir. So,
they are right to make
MC
sure,
Pen,
as in,
let me tell you
that is the
something.
right thing to do.
Okay.
It's like, since the police or whatever, nobody wants to speak out, the work of the journalist is to make sure they bring out this whole thing to the public, and the public are aware that the public will not put pressure on the government for the government to take action against these people. So as
All
for
right,
that
when
aspect,
hold your
the,
breath,
Can
hold
I
your
go
breath,
to
hold your breath.
somebody on phone, please? Somebody is on standby. Before
Just
I'm not saying an argument will take time, but I put person on phone. I beg you. Yeah, make a fit talk to her briefly. One
okay.
person. Good evening, sir, and welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, I'm not the one from London.
You're welcome, sir.
I understand your presented Shilaka, whatever his name. I totally concur with what the man is saying. Whatever they say about El-Rufai, let them go to court. But Nigerian journalists, I'm not saying you, 80% of Nigerian journalists, they are propagandists.
Why you come out me for the question? I not be Nigerian journalist. You know what offend me.
I have my own reason.
I not be Jagaban now. Even if you offend me, I not go do anything, sir.
My sister, I'm a Yoruba man.
Okay, sir.
Nigerians are not ready. If Nigerians over 200 million, allowing less than maybe 1,000 people are ruling them, putting them into slavery, then it's not the government's fault. It's the Nigerians. Now everybody is shouting, Obi, 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 Obi. Now they are showing us Nigeria's political system is corrupt system. And people like Obi, tomorrow they are calling Kwakwa Zobi. They're forgetting that the Northerners, when they see their Alimajiri president, they will shift ground. You'll be surprised, 2027, when everybody is shouting. I'll concur with Mr. Shilaka, what is the man's name? All these Tinubu, all this warfare of wicked, it's because Nigeria is a domicile country, and Nigerian journalists are not even helping the matter. Look at abroad today. Do you know how powerful journalists are in this country? They unseat a prime minister. They unseat not one, not two prime minister. But can Nigeria come together to do that? No. We don't have rights. Nobody borders. We don't have roads. We don't have petrol. We have refineries. Nobody cares. We're waiting for God. Now, even the Jesus that they are saying they are waiting for, they have killed so many people waiting for God to come back to savage wars. Nigerians are not ready, and the journalists are not helping the matter. They are not helping the situation.
So, but journalists cover these stories. If not, be say journalists cover them. How you for hear those things and what they say El-Rufai?
My sister, 80% of what we are hearing in Nigeria today, they are individual. They are individual covering 80% of most events that is happening, not you journalists. Some of you, the moment they give you some change, you shut your program. You'll be defending what is undefensible. If we have a governor, a basic billion, paying his children education, which can never happen. Now, we government in Britain will give you million? It's our money they are giving us back in the start. No British government will give you a power without a purpose. Until Nigeria is ready, now Kanu said it, everybody keep quiet. The Eastern governor kept quiet, pushing that man to gallows. Now they are begging because they've seen the truth. And the truth will surely come out. Either they hide it for donkey years. The truth, I may not be alive. You may not be alive, but the truth will surely come out.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Let them release El-Rufai. And if those people are grumpy about El-Rufai, let them take it to court.
Thank you, sir.
The Yoruba man say, if I don't take Yajabelo to ground, I will resign. As he resigned,
thank you, sir.
It's a funny country. It's a very funny, valuable country.
Thank
That's
you.
my point.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please, ma'am.
That your guy from America, what's his name? Good evening, my name is Teresa.
Okay.
I'm from London.
You're welcome, ma. Which of my guys?
Thank you. The one that just spoke from Canada. It is British, it is Nigerians in Britain. What does it mean that it's not? How does he know? I don't know at all. I know of 10 people, but I don't know the amount I know is 120. And what those children, they're not British, like in British. They're those people that come with CSO and everything. They've aggregated it now. How much are they getting per day?
They gave some of them 500 the previous day, then the next day they gave them 200 pounds. That is about 700 pounds. That's a lot of money.
Is he looking at picture from Canada? That we are here. Can't you remember that I called you that day? That I said I'm going to leave my work.
Hello, ma.
People that they've got CSO, they know that day they will pay. They will just say they are sick. Do you understand? That half of their embassy. That's why they didn't use their embassy staff. Their sister, brother, cousin. At least I was 10 people.
All right, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much. Oh, so sorry. I didn't know you were not done. I'm so sorry, ma. I will get back to you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening to you, Auntie Precious.
Yes, please go ahead. Davos.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was me. Can you hear me very well?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to even say something. I always enjoy the way you tell the prince that you talk about his mental health, take good care of his mental health, so that he will not have much pressure. But one thing I wanted to say, the media houses have not covered this news. Very, very important. Of recent, the Sultan of Sokoto, when they announced they saw the moon. You people, you might not know the importance of this news. For the first time in the history of Nigeria,
somebody opposed him.
This is the first.
Okay, go ahead.
No, yes, it was an imam, Lukwa and Asada, that announced the new moon. Those are pure Hausa people. For the first time, announced here. Even MTA, no news media do not carry it. No news media.
Oh, but you saw me talk about it yesterday. Now, was it not yesterday or so? I talked about it on my headlines, or day before yesterday. Okay, I talked about it on my headlines.
So those people have already declared that, and yet the Sultan have now realized that his relevance is no longer important. And the Hausa people are even going to, the next step they're going to do is that any next election, they will be voting Hausa because of the killing, the mass killing. I saw the video you put in Sokoto, and if you remember, the Precious, you know that this thing started in Little of just in Sokoto alone. But today, it has now spread from Sokoto to Maiduguri, all the way, even now, is in some part of Oyo, it's in forest of Kwara, even in Plateau, Benue, but it's spreading down. That the target is just to make sure that they reach the south. So the issue about Islamization is true. So we need people who are will just free thinkers who will come in and then have a new thinking. And in respect of what Sheikh Tinubu is doing, the truth is that him and his father, they are not relevant now, because for you to see Hausa speakers, there's one man with white beard. I don't know if you've been following him. There's this guy Don Azar has been following that man, putting his video, because he said that they are all Islamic preachers alone going to be given 500 billion. I don't know if you captured that in your
yes. And it's not today now. That was like 3 days
Yes,
ago. I carried it. You've not been listening to my
So,
show.
so all those money. So imagine what if you remember, there was a time I even mentioned that money is to all religious leaders, and you try to shut me down. I know you are just doing your work as a moderator, but of the truth, every tribe, major tribe, all the kings in the north, south, east, and west, and also politicians and also religious leaders are giving money so that they'll be in bed with this government. But me, I want to make one plea. It is not that someone has sent me, but the vision that I saw. If these people, the way they are planning against Peter Obi, if Peter Obi will not emerge, I want to quickly say that I wouldn't mind if someone like Dede Faro to me can be brought into the stage and let Nigeria do what GoFundMe for him. And because that man is also detribalized, he's a Yoruba man who has stood tall. I really see that man. I would like if these people will not make it work for Peter Obi, let Peter Obi call all his Igbo supporters, all his supporters in diaspora, and tell them, let us support this man. And then let something happen. Let go to any motion party and then say, let Dele come into this party. And I believe, you see, part of the problem we have, the elite we have, you see, me, I have mentioned, I'm not afraid of Obasanjo is part of the problem. All those people that have ruled Nigeria before, because they have already have companies, they have already. Imagine what happened in the selling of Ajakuta before. The Ajakuta. Do you know that it was under Obasanjo, they sold it to the Faswani brothers. All these people did was just to come and remove some machines. It was Yaradua who came in and stopped it. So most of our elites, they are part of the problem. You see, like Tinubu now, if he succeed now, it is Sheyi, and Sheyi will do it, and Sheyi will make sure he has power to his own children. See, like now, Tinubu gave appointment to Babajida son. Mohammed Babajida. He was given an appointment about agriculture. Is it part of agriculture? So all these people are doing is just, for me, I want to, my plea every day, I will always appeal is that let's come together. There are people who are detribalized. Even in Igbos, there are people who are detribalized. But like someone like Omoyo Shore is a bit, because I learned that his group, Sahara Reporters, they are being funded by some in America. I don't know if you remember when Obasanjo made a statement that NLC, part of our NLC is funded by FBI, part of it is funded by KGB. I don't know if you. There was a
just go straight to your point. That funding is a long story. Obasanjo is not the only person who said that.
For all the guests you are calling, I would want a situation whereby we need new people, because you see how can in Nigeria that we are old people who whenever they need to be going to hospital, traveling to hospital, and then they'll be using Nigerian budget so that they'll be treating themselves, because they don't even know what is going on. Like during Buhari's time, they'll be printing newspaper for him and say, Buhari has done this, people are happy with him. Whenever they do this day newspaper, they'll go and print a special one for a customized paper, and he'll be seeing it and he'll be smiling. He do not even know what is happening outside there. So like who is continuing something like that. Whenever there's killing in Benue, Plateau, Niger, Nasarawa, Maiduguri, we expect the president to visit the people, even visit some of those soldiers and visit their families, and then touch them like Jonathan was visiting that time. And we expected the president to be visible and be giving instruction. But this one is always keeping quiet.
Thank you.
Do you remember that during Buhari's time, when they were burying soldiers without telling their families? Under the second Buhari, soldiers will die in war, and then they will not even announce it to their family. Those things happen, and it was not even covered in our mainstream media. So good job, Precious. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Davos. I appreciate you. So, MC, you were saying something. Let me let Prince Chilaka was going to respond to what you were saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say when people say the media, we make one mistake in this country, and that mistake is that the mainstream media hardly report anything. The mainstream media. So when I talk about media trial, I'm not talking about the mainstream media because those ones don't even do anything. I'm talking about social media. How many of the people on social media are the journalists? How many of them? So when we talk of, that's why I said it is time we end this whole abracadabra of social media judgments and trials. We need to end it. The mainstream media have gone cold in Nigeria. How many investigative journalists do we even have? How many of them are being employed?
Everyone cannot be an investigative journalist because
How
once
many
you
do we
begin to
have?
investigate people,
How
they will
many do
fight
we
for your
have?
lives. Who don't
How
want
many?
You can
Precious.
be one too. You can be one, sir. You can
How
be
many
one.
do we have?
You guys to stop setting journalists up for death. You said that
Nobody's
nobody complained about air
no,
in Kaduna
we
State.
are all in the
But,
same shoes.
that the Yeti today and
Precious. We are all in
Yeti
the same
today,
shoes. We
he
must speak
complained
the
about
truth.
he complained about Ganduje. He's disappeared till today. If he didn't talk, people will say that journalists are not talking. He spoke now and he has disappeared. Nobody is calling for his release. So people should stop setting journalists up for being killed.
Who are the you people?
Oh, everybody who says, "Oh, journalists cannot speak truth to power. People are not talking. You're not talking." Those who have spoken have died. Their families will be the ones to cry.
Precious, that is the risk
Yes.
involved in the profession.
That's not true. You
It's like the
Hello,
Nigerian
hello,
soldiers that
Precious.
have died in the battlefront.
Make her take this call first. Person won't give you back.
Hello, Precious. You see, when I said the journalists are like police, detectives.
I not agree with you.
So that is part of their
Hold on.
jobs. That is their job. That is what they signed up
For
for.
Canada. Hold on, make her take my call. Vex. Good evening and welcome. Thank you. All right, go ahead, please.
Sorry.
Good evening.
Okay, Mr. Tony Chukudi, you're welcome.
There was something. I was trying to say something regarding what I was listening, and there's a place that I think maybe it's either you said it the way which Precious was saying is his opinion or her opinion. Or I think the issue that most people have already in a way highlighted. Touched on that angle which you said Nigerians is diaspora. That you need any of them call and talk something there. See, those people that you see there, Prince Chilaka, give me 50,000 pounds. I can rally the number of people that you need to stand on the road for you in London. I can do that within an hour. As long as they are not committing any offense, and as long as they have no obstructions to the traffic, I can do that in an hour. So, as long as no offense is committed, no law is broken, anything, both traffic and otherwise, you will raise them within an hour. All they want is they collect the money and go and pay their bill. It doesn't concern them. It's your problem. And I can bet you that most of the people that you see there that are standing there might not be Nigerians. You just tell them what to sing and they are singing it. They might be from other Francophone countries or they might be from Caribbean. And they collect their money and go and have their beer in any pub that is nearby. It's still money for them. You pay somebody 200 pounds in a day just to stand an hour or 2 hours, when that money is something that you would earn 10 hours or 12 hours on a shift. If you give me that money, I will stand there and sing even louder and take that 200 in an hour.
Why you not go collect your own, sir? Why you not collect your own? $700 £700 for 2 days. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain how easy that money is. But let people not say that, it's the Nigerians. It's the Nigerians. I know England very well. First, I have to tell you my work has to do with moving around in each part of England here. And it has to do with both the town and the rural area. So I can tell you more than people who have been living here 20, 30 years, who are just in the town there. So there are some certain things that when people are talking, I don't agree to that. So Prince Silaka said it. I am happy that some people have called in and said, no, it's not true. Because some of those things, okay, look at the people that we hired. Look at the expenses that we have made for this issue of coming to London. Look at the money they said that they are going to borrow for whatever. Precious is just that even the time I had their voice, I thought maybe you are just becoming sick with all this the issue about Nigeria that when everybody. I wonder what this type of medication Precious is taking that you don't get tired with all this, because sometimes it gives someone the sleepiness might know where to start. So something that is privatized, a government is borrowing money to put in order. Who does that? Which country in Europe does such type of money if they don't have any share in it? And if they have a share, they can only bring their own part of the money to to contribute in this year. So how come that they went and the UK government is giving them 700 million?
746 million pounds, please.
No matter whatever that is top country that is on the top, but at the end of the day, the terms and conditions is in favor of the UK government. It's okay for us. I live here in the UK, but the point is that we are the one who is going to balance up if that money is being embezzled because it's taxpayers' money. In as much as the money is everything that goes here revolves to the people living here. But at the end of the day, what happened to the people? If that money is being taken, why are we spending money in Lagos seaport when that seaport is very low? Prince Chilaka knows what I'm talking about. Let's conduct this maritime something. The best place to invest in terms of a seaport is Calabar because it's very deep. Any ship can anchor there. Why do we continue to invest money in something that we know that is the same level with the shore? So there are so many things that is to be honest, sometimes if you look at what you are doing, look at the topic you put in your catch up this on the YouTube, the churches that are doing a church service, people came and kidnap the people.
Yes,
When would that stop?
today in Kwara State, happened today.
When will that stop? They're coming to the somebody had the person that you are just playing on because somebody said the press. I don't blame the press. When they keep on talking about it, what of the tabloid? When would they stop? Because all these people have been bought by the politicians. Even if you are working as a newscaster, are you the one that what they give you is what you are going to read out? Because somebody is already there collecting money on that. So I don't like to since I know the things that is behind it. The whole thing, I don't blame the journalists, Nigerian journalists, to be honest, because they don't have the same platform or they don't have the same system or security or whatever the safety like the one in the Western world, like what happened in Nigeria. If that thing, if money is in Nigeria, I'm sure by now he'll be not even asked that question. If he tries, he'll be in jail by now. He'll be in jail. He did not do that. He did that in London. I think that some of them, when they come to Nigeria, they don't ask that type of tough question when they are in Nigeria. I mean, the Western journalists. Why so when they are in Africa or in Nigeria, asking a question, you see them, they don't say anything. It's only when they come out, it's sense packing because they know that when they do it, they may not get out of that country safe. So let us be honest with all the body. To be honest, I don't. The whole thing is just annoying. The whole thing, when you look at the whole thing, is just annoying. When you go on the other platform, I always said there is one that they said that the senators are planning to make the president a life president. You ask yourself what is going on in this country? Absolutely what is going on? And let us hope that what they are talking, Obi Kwankwaso or whoever that is going to second him will work out. But we hope we'll watch and see. But the whole thing is just annoying. I pity the people that in the church that they were kidnapped during the church service. I just pity their family. What they'll be going through now.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, Prince Francis, sir, you still want to discuss this further with MC?
No, well, I've said what I've said, and he was. I was waiting for him to bring his. I think he has one more issue or two.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, we're talking about the journalist aspect as well. We're trying to conclude that area, because that's what I said. Because journalists are more like police officers, detectives. So they carry out the story, they bring it out for the people. So then, once the people are not aware of this whole thing, the people are not the one then now pressures on the government, on the law enforcement.
Are the
So
journalists
now
not bringing out
carry
the
out the
story?
action.
That's the question. Are they doing this or not?
Huh?
Are they doing this or not? The journalists. Are they
Yeah,
how
for
did
me,
you
I
know
would say
about
yes.
Erufai's case if they're not doing their work? Are they not doing it?
Yeah, so because if they didn't do it, we would have known that Erufai did this kind of thing in the state, which they were talking about. So they did it. I will say yes, they brought out most of the stories. So it's not left for the law enforcement, the police officers, the detective to not carry out investigation to ascertain whether it's true or not. So then they cannot proceed to the court. So they've done their job, to be honest. On that area, they've done their job, what they need to do. So it's now for the police, the detective to carry on their investigative and all that, ascertain whether it's true or not, then proceed to the court. So that is how it works. It's not the people that are complaining, because most of those people, they are powerless. Because these people are powerless. They are scared for their life. So that is why these people cannot come out, because they feel they won't get justice. So that is where the journalism, investigative journalism and everything comes in. So on this aspect, I will say kudos to the journalists, the people who brought out the stories. So they've done their part. So that's for that.
So just kindly hold on. Let me quickly take care of this call, please.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening, Precious. My name is Chooks, calling from United Kingdom.
Chooks, have fun now. Have fun now. £700 reach you.
Now this people were wrong here. This Jambada. Now this Jambadas. And all these students.
Now then collect.
Yeah. You know the last caller, he was asking when is all these things gonna stop. He is the same person saying it's not the problem of journalists. I can tell him it's the problem of journalists. You know me. I've been criticizing journalists and the lawyers. They are the biggest failure in Nigeria. The job of journalists is to educate the people and hold the government accountable. This is not the first time I've said this here. That is the right thing to do. Okay, I give you an example why the journalists are not doing their job. Like that incident, Erufai made comment about the man that disappeared. It's a shame that a man disappeared 7 years ago, and they take the same man that was accused of disappearing him to talk about him, and all the journalists were all over the place, crying all over, talking about it. They say the way we neglect life in Nigeria is unfortunate. We don't value life, because if we value life, one person missing, all the newspapers, all the TV stations, they should be asking police, come and give us account, come and give us account. That is how it is done. There was a time Boris Johnson in this country refused to grant interview. Not even interview, to come to speak to the people. All the TV that invited him, that he refused, they keep reminding him every morning. They will ever mention it until he came to speak. That is how journalism is done. Journalists in Nigeria, once they bring up a story, after 5 minutes, it's dead and buried. That is not how it is done. It is their job to keep reminding the government that the public are interested in this. Can you give us answers? It is not the public to go there and ask them. It is the job of journalists. The job of journalists is like military.
Oga, I beg, make we not start this argument. I beg in the name of God. I know, but please don't start. Please, you people, see, what you guys see. I know, but I think you guys have too much expectation of Nigerian journalists, and this is really unfair because you do not know. You not go use the way things they happen for a society where we say they respect human rights, they respect law and order, and then they use and compare to Nigeria. I hate it when it's unfair. Please.
The two people, let me put this right. The two people that have been interviewed by foreign journalists, did we not see the result? If it is in Nigeria,
So what are you trying to say, that Nigerian journalists lack the capacity to ask questions like Nati asked, or that your politicians would not just respect the journalists enough to even allow them ask such questions, or will perhaps deal with them after then?
Respect your job. Why would the journalists allow them to?
How exactly are you even paid for that job? What are you even saying? What do you even know about journalism in Nigeria? How do you think journalists are paid? No, I'm just asking you. How do you think journalists are paid? How do you think media houses make money in Nigeria, for crying out loud? So that's what I'm telling you. I beg, make I keep quiet. I beg, make I not talk. I beg.
As a proper Nigerian, I understand it now. As a proper Nigerian, I understand it now.
All right, just help me hurry up. We need to go because I've kept Prince Francis still like I'm waiting for too long.
When we put aside now, I beg, no change you.
I know they're any different. No expect me to be different before I will die before my time. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye. Prince Francis Chilaka. MC, I hope you're done. Let me take your
No, yeah, let me finish. Let me round up.
Just come and kill me here. Beg.
It's okay, precious. Nothing by the grace of God, nothing will do you.
I'm sorry I get emotional over this.
Don't worry, it's okay. Okay, let's change the topic now because of you. It's okay.
I'm coming. Let me quickly land my thoughts, sir. So to maintain it's difficult to stay afloat or to make profits in the media business in Nigeria. Very difficult. Almost, or in fact, you can count media houses in Nigeria that are not funded directly or indirectly by politicians and government. It's very difficult. So how can you also stand to embarrass people who are funding you? How possible is it? So when you guys keep saying these things, you make it look like the Nigerian journalists themselves are stupid. They don't have sense. No, your person not get sense past us. But it's just because of the peculiarity of the situation where we are in Nigeria. So what are you guys saying? Well, go ahead and change your. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, you see, on that area now, would tip in. I would say, like most of the journalism jobs here as well now, it's more like a private jobs.
I thought you were
It's more
wrapping
like
up.
it's more like a self-employed.
I thought you
Hello.
were wrapping. I said I thought you were wrapping up so I can release Prince Francis, sir.
Yeah, Bria, I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. What I also want to quickly add again is regarding Showore, because I saw a video again today. He's not attacking Alex Oti, attacking his good work. I don't know if you've come across that video as well. Huh?
But if you listen to our show here, you see where I was talking about it.
Huh?
If you had listened, if you had joined us earlier, you would have seen me even play the video too.
Oh yeah, I did join on time, so I didn't know. So because I come across that video, I was like, it's not Peter Obi again now. It's not Alex Oti. So you see, when I say those guys are businessmen, it look as if that guy is working for the May. I don't want to say go further than that. So what I would say, yeah, we need to continue speaking to the consciousness of Nigerians for these people to wake up. For these people to wake up. I know, by the grace of God, we are all hoping that yes, Peter Obi will come in and maybe change a lot of things as well. Let's just keep our faith up. Let's continue to hope Nigeria will become better, and we need to continue talking. We need to continue speaking to their consciousness for them to wake up, for Nigeria to start demanding for what belongs to them. Enough is enough. This nonsense have to stop. Thank you, Precious. Good night, Chilaka.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Precious. Thank you for your time as well. Thank you for all you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Good night. Prince Francis Chilaka. Your parting shares, please, as we say our goodbyes.
Good night.
That's all you have to say. Good night, sir. Good night. Thank you so much. God bless you. Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of the show. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you guys and discuss our country issues with you. Thank you, and God bless you. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow evening. I have a guest tomorrow evening, 6:30 p.m. thereabouts. And it's going to be a very interesting conversation. He's another victim. And the things he's got to say will shock you about things that happen for Nigeria. You don't want to miss it tomorrow. So stay tuned, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. I love you guys so stupidly. Protect your mental health ahead, because you know, say he who worries about Nigeria and runs away lives to worry another day, because we cannot stop talking about the things going on in Nigeria. But once we talk about them, let's also look for a way to protect our mental health. If you've not liked this post, should be able to bring my wife from my village before I like them. Oh yeah, like now. Like and share now. Kindly like, share, Send this to your people. Let them see what we talk about for inside Nigeria. So please like and share this post and subscribe to this platform. Thank you so much. God bless you. Good night.